What's going on, guys? Legion Tato here. And with the recent Spotlight Cache featuring Jean Grey, it's a great time to showcase her in a build that aims to snowball games by being as disruptive as possible. Nebula synergizes well with Jean Grey when played in separate lanes, or protected by Negasonic in the same lane. If you don't have Nebula, replace her and Nightcrawler with Nova and Killmonger. Jeff is here to help us ignore the Jean Grey limit, or go into the Storm lane after it's been flooded. If you're missing Jeff, you can replace him with Mojo for a low-cost option to help win the Jean Grey lane, or Luke if you're also missing Silk. Silk helps us get early priority because of her low cost to high power ratio. If you don't have her, she can be replaced by Lizard instead. Jean Grey helps us control the pace of the match when we follow her up with Juggernaut, Spider-Man, and Negasonic, preventing their lane from getting filled up too quickly. Cosmo can win games on his own but is meta dependent, so we can always swap him for Mobius or armor when it's relevant. Storm into Juggernaut is the classic play, but we also have Brood, Spider-Man, or Negasonic if we have priority. If you have both Jean Grey and Storm on turn 3, play Storm if you have a follow-up card in hand, otherwise use Jean Grey. Silver Surfer is our turn 6 finisher, often played alongside another 3-drop to help us close out the game. Lastly, Nightcrawler, who works like a mini Jeff, but can get swapped out for another turn 6 finisher like Alioth or Dr. Doom. Now this deck is very flexible and works best with 6 to 8 3-drops, besides Silver Surfer. If you like the content so far, consider liking and subscribing as it goes a long way in supporting the channel. Now let's get into these matches. Mr. Skinister. Okay, Muri Island. Not a bad... Oof, okay. Strong start. Okay, so they got rid of our Silver Surfer. I wouldn't be surprised if they just ended up snapping. We're gonna go ahead and plop down Jeff like we just did here. Make sure that gets powered up. So, we don't have a strong turn 4 play to go from Storm. But what we're gonna do is see if we can get rid of some of their cards by plopping down Jean Grey here. Okay, so we do run the risk of Darkhawk here. If they're running Spider-Man and Juggernaut, it might be like a Darkhawk Zabu sort of deck. So my initial plan was to Silk into Nebula, but we have Spider-Man now. So let's play Spider-Man and Nebula right here on the left location. Nick Fury. Okay. Move that out. Now we have Nebula on deck, and they still need to keep playing cards in the Jean Grey lane, so Nebula's gonna keep getting that power up. Next, what we can do is Nightcrawler into Silk, yeah. And we're gonna place down Silk here again on Muri Island. Ah, okay, fair enough. Silk went, no. I'm going back. That's funny. So, we have priority now. We could snap. That might make it a little too obvious. Their first card, whatever they play, is going to get destroyed with Negasonic. So, that's for sure something we want to do. And yeah, I feel good about this play, but they might retreat if we snap. So let's just move Nightcrawler here to win the middle location as well. If they snap, great. If not, you know, there it is. So what are they gonna play? Doom? Magneto. Okay, that's fine. Negasonic blows that up. Good game. Victory. Yeah, so with this deck, we want to make sure that we always have priority. This is more of a proactive build, so we want the priority to be able to have Cosmo online before their unrevealed cards get revealed. Their on-reveal cards get revealed. And Negasonic as well is best played with priority because we don't want them to be able to play around her. We want her to be more of a surprise. But either way, good game, Skinister. Bersabee, what's going on? Okay, so we got Atlantis as our first location. So in hand, we can see Storm and Juggernaut, which is the perfect, as I'm saying that, is the perfect play for turn 3-4 to lock down a location, but we have Warship. Okay, we're not going to play down Nebula. We want high power cards here. So we could Storm and then flood the location. And then on turn 4, we play Silver Surfer into Nebula. Yeah, let's see. I think we're onto something. Yeah, we can play turn 4 Silver Surfer into Nebula. It'll be 9 power with all the with the extra turns skipping. Yeah, for sure. Silver Surfer's gonna buff Storm. Nebula's going to get an additional 4, so she'll end up at 5, and then we play Jeff at any other point. Yep. Well, definitely not the game I was expecting, but that's Marvel Snap. Alright, cool. So when you get World Ship, if you got Storm, just, you know, pump out as much as you can. This deck is proactive, so you do have the tools to get an early lead. Silk would have been another option. You have Jeff as well to go into the flooded location. Yeah. And then, of course, Nebula, who's gonna end up being a 1-5, right? But either way, quick game. Interesting, definitely. Good game, Bersabee. Okay, Stark Tower. We're gonna... Okay, the hood. Am I getting my first... Station? Am I gonna get my first toxic match of the day? Okay, Psylocke. Oof, that's probably better for them. So, since we're maybe running into an Annihilus deck, maybe a little bit more obvious is because they played the hood in the right side, where they can Viper, they can Annihilus. That's where Sentinel's demon guy would go. Dejin, okay. So, what I'm going to make sure is that my location is filled. And we're going to do that with Brood. Right? They're going to need to play on the left location or skip their turn to maintain that Shuri buff. So... Okay, so they're gonna commit to that. There it is. So the Void, I called it the Demon. Yeah, the Demon is what Hood brings and Sentinel brings Void. So they're gonna keep that. Annihilus can come out, destroy their stuff, doesn't matter. We're not dealing with it. That's the important part. So turn 5. Let's get rid of one of their cards and... Let's get rid of one of their cards from Stark Tower so they don't get the buff. And we're going to make sure Jeff gets that buff as well. Okay. That works. Friendly neighborhood Spider-Man here. Okay. We're in a good spot. We're in a good spot. Yeah, just to make sure we're at least even. If we're even here, then we win. If we're even here, then we win. Oh, but then I can... Yeah, I can just Juggernaut. Yeah, I just realized it. Yeah. Whatever they play, we just sent to the right location. Okay. See what you got. Wow. Hulk into armor. Yeah, with Jin. Not at all what I expected. Just I don't usually see any Hulks being played outside of the high evolutionary shell, so would have definitely caught me by surprise. So the option was right in front of me, but I didn't see it till the end. Locking down that right location really helped us. For sure, they were going to have that Annihilus to destroy it or send everything to our side, or worst case, destroy it, but they weren't going to win either way. So I'm glad we went there on the left location and then concentrated the efforts on like getting rid of the left one as much as we could, right? Spider-Man would have taken care of either Sentry or Shuri, but X is the one that stopped it. But either way, yeah, good game, Diego.